Hello!
And welcome
to Nightmare Nation!
the paranormal podcast where we talk about haunted places around the world.
Oh, and scary things.
And demons.
And witches.
Ghosts.
I was gonna say ghosts,
You look
but I
so
don't remember if we said ghosts yet or not.
We're like one thing in.
I know! It's been a while! So we're starting off real good tonight.
I mean... Yeah, thanks for putting up with our short hiatus last week, friends.
Yeah.
We just, specifically, I needed a quick little break just to take a pause in life for a minute.
Yeah.
You all need that at some point. We needed it. It was good. I'm re-energized now.
We're ready to go.
Back at it.
But you see,
force.
we also have been providing you with episodes every single week for the past year.
Guys, we've been busting our ass.
So
we have not missed a single week. I don't
exactly.
think.
No, because we would always do bloopers.
Oh, yeah. If there was a week off for, like, Christmas, we did bloopers instead. So, yeah, back off,
Calm
everybody.
down.
Calm your
down.
shit.
Okay? We're back.
Yeah.
Just back in my closet.
Yep.
We've been
Anna's
recording
closet
here for, like, months now.
has been our, like, new home base for a
pretty
while.
cool.
It's pretty great.
Because we're sitting in chairs now.
Yeah.
Instead of deciding to sit on the floor.
That was a terrible idea.
So, yeah.
Bad for posture, but...
Awful.
So, yeah, to elaborate on our choppy intro, we like to talk about haunted places and scary things.
Yeah, we do. Mixed in with the occasional, maybe cults or some serial killers or some UFOs sprinkled in there a little bit.
Basically, if it falls into the category of, like, dark and interesting, we want to talk about it. And we want to share our conversations with you because Anna and I will literally sit and blab about this shit for, like, 4 hours anyway.
Yeah.
So we might as well record it and put it in a podcast.
And let your ears listen to it and all of the shenanigans that happen within the episode.
You're welcome to your ears.
Yes.
Yes.
It's currently 4:53, and we got into my closet at 4 o'clock.
So what that means is we try to edit some of the bullshit basically by getting it out of our system before we hit record.
Yeah.
So
we were just blabbing beforehand so we wouldn't bore you guys with nonsensical bullshit.
I mean, there will be blabbing though.
Yes.
Let's be real. Because we have to also start every episode by talking about any scary things we've watched recently.
Yeah.
So,
which I haven't, because I've been on this kick where I need to watch something healthy.
Healthy?
Jesus. God.
Are you watching workout videos?
Yes, all day, every day. Happy things.
So emotionally healthy.
Yes. But I'm slowly transitioning. Today I worked for a little bit in the morning, and I had Forensic Files on.
Okay,
I'm getting back into my routine of bad.
It's not. Is it
I watched
bad,
NCIS, so it's kind of meh. I started going back to Criminal Minds, and that was a little heavy to start off with. Mm-hmm. Some of the episodes I was like, oh my God.
See, it's funny you should mention that, because today, for the first time in a long time, I went back to one of my true crime podcasts that I really liked, and I listened to it while I worked on my paint by number.
Oh, look at you go!
So it's like funny that you should say you're going back to kind of your old standby routine thing, and I'm like, I did that today too.
Gosh, look at us!
Oh my God,
it's like we're in sync.
Always,
we're just always in sync.
We should start a band and call it In Sync.
Well, they're already taken.
Oh shit! What?
Dang it, boy band!
We can be a girl band.
Yep. Well. Spell our name different.
We'll end it with a K.
SINK.
Yeah.
Not N''SYNC like NSYNC is.
How about we'll spell
N-sync.
it? How about we'll spell it like in, like a kitchen sink?
NSYNC.
INSINK.
Yes.
Because we always talk about cooking all the time.
We do.
And we can just be in the sink together.
Taking a bath.
What?
In the sink. I don't think we would fit.
No, unless it's a really big sink. Like one of those laundry room tubs that are just giant. Yeah.
That'd be perfect.
Okay.
Get them side by side. These are the tangents we're telling you about that we go to.
It's because we haven't seen each other in about a week.
This is why we can't do this.
I know.
We can't do it.
So I started watching
It's okay, though.
The Evil, that show you recommended.
Oh, it's so good. I haven't finished it yet.
Okay.
I got like 2 episodes.
So I'm not gonna lie.
Oh, she doesn't like it.
Well, okay.
She doesn't like it.
So
She thinks it's ridiculous.
I started it. I don't have a problem with the concept. I think the concept is great. I find some of the dialogue and like things that happen to be like painfully cheesy.
Yeah,
Some
a
of
little
it
bit.
like spoiler alert, there's a scene where she's being, like, stalked by a demon in her dreams.
Oh, yeah, he's so funny!
And his name is George.
I love George.
And it's like, I can't tell if it's supposed to be a comedy scene or a scary scene.
I think it's supposed to be comedy.
But, like, you can't tell. They set it up in a way that it's supposed to be, like, I'm feeling like I'm supposed to be scared right now. And she's talking to this demon, and she's like, you're not real. And he's like, if I were real, could I do this? And he literally goes and, like,
and pees in the corner.
Pees in the corner and, like, whips his demon dick out and pees in the corner. And I'm like,
That's
what
so
the
funny.
fuck? So, like, it's this weird, like,
gosh.
I can't tell if this show's supposed to be, like, a black comedy or not. Or, like, I had a moment of, like, suspended belief. Like, they get a phone call at their house, and their daughter, one of her, she has like 4 children. It's insane. So one of her daughters, who's like, I don't know, maybe 8, like answers the phone. She's like, Mommy, someone called the house and they left a message for me and they told me to tell you that if you don't pay the mortgage, they'll come take our house. I'm like, what fucking mortgage agent, real estate, whoever, banker person calls and says, hi, I'm looking for Mrs. So-and-so, and then talks to an 8-year-old child.
Right.
And isn't
to
like
send a message.
And isn't like, is your mommy here? Oh, well, tell her I called. She's like, oh, hi, 8-year-old girl. Please tell your mommy for me that if she doesn't pay the mortgage, we'll take your house. Who fucking does that?
Right?
No one fucking does that. I was so, like, I literally paused Netflix and looked at Anders, and I was like, are you shitting me right now? This
I
adult...
didn't know you would get so fired up with this show.
This adult... rational, employed human being left a message about the mortgage payment with an 8-year-old child.
Yep.
Why? I don't know why that one bothered me so much, but I was so like, what the hell?
That was so funny.
So, I don't know. Like, again, the premise is interesting, and I like the sort of like, is it supernatural? Is it spiritual? Is it a miracle? Is it a demon? And then there's like some sort of weird rational explanation to it all. Like, the concept is fine. Just some of the like details of it just really bother me. I don't know. So I might keep watching it and give it another chance because I only watched like 2 episodes. But
get past it.
Okay, I'll keep going. I'll keep going. I had some strong feelings about a few things that happened in the first few episodes. I'm so sorry.
Oh, gosh.
So
I like it, but I also wasn't paying super close attention to it because I was watching it while working.
Yeah.
Because that's just what I do now.
Yeah.
I sit at my kitchen table and work and watch TV shows.
That's what we do basically all day, every day.
It's cool.
That work from home life. Pretty great.
It's the best life.
It is pretty great.
Sit in my pajamas all day.
We also watched a great horror movie last night.
Oh, that means it's really shitty.
Is
this one that we're going to watch tonight?
I think so. It's
good.
between that and House of Bones, which I mentioned the last time we recorded, which also great.
We'll just watch both.
I think we need to watch both. I'm really looking forward to your reaction because this one is called Get Gone.
Oh, God.
And I was really excited because if you remember from the Insidious movies, the woman, I think her name was Elise, she's like the medium older lady who's in like all of the movies. Do you know who I'm talking about? So she's in this movie. And I'm like,
she plays really good roles.
So she's legit like an actress. She's been in like a real series of horror movies. Okay, so we're watching this movie. And there's these 2 characters that are supposed to be like albino, like they're alluding to these characters that like the townspeople like call them freaks and make fun of them because they look weird, and then we find out that they're supposed to be like really pale and albino looking and just kind of like weirdly pale skin. And you see them, and you know those like $1.99 makeup kits from Target around Halloween where it's like a little palette of like
all the colors,
white and black and maybe red, and then you get one little like 2-cent sponge thing. I swear to God that was their entire makeup department. You can it literally looks like I went and put Halloween makeup on this dude. There's literally like he's got a beard and you can see the white paint in his beard.
Oh, this is gonna be great.
And around the eyes there's no makeup. It's just regular skin, and their hands and like neck are normal skin color, and then their face is just super freaking pasty, chalky white. You can see the makeup, and I'm like, are you kidding me? Like,
you could have gone down a little bit in the neck area, the hands.
I get you probably don't have like a Hollywood professional makeup team. I get that. But if you can freaking put together a movie.
Right.
You
can make it a little bit better.
Buy the, like, $12 makeup kit instead of the $2 one. Like, Jesus Christ. It's so bad.
A new makeup artist that knows what the fuck they're doing.
Oh, my God. It's like, they just, like, asked their friend who happened to be watching them film that day, like, hey, do you want to do makeup for it? Okay, sure. Like,
cool. I'm so excited.
It's going to be good.
This is going to be great.
Anders and I were like peeing our pants ready. At certain points during it. It was so funny. Oh my God.
That's so exciting.
All right. So actually kind of on the theme of like Halloween makeup and Halloween things, there's a very common Halloween costume that people dress up as, which is a vampire. And vampires are loosely related to which location that we're talking about.
Ooh, the Corvin Castle in Romania.
Which, if you don't know, is part of the region of Transylvania. Which is where Dracula's from.
Dracula.
Yep.
He's gonna come suck your blood.
Suck your blood. So this is one of the castles that sort of ties into the original Dracula, like, lore, if I'm correct.
You are correct.
So tell me about this castle.
Ooh, this castle is fucking beautiful.
Also, there's apparently like a freaking haunted forest in Romania as well. There's like several haunted castles and a haunted forest, and I really want to go to Romania now.
I feel like anything Transylvanian, I just get like this ominous feeling that nothing happy ever happens there.
Do you want to move to Transylvania with me?
Yes.
Okay, great.
Just live in despair and sadness.
I want to go live in like a gray landscape where everyone is just kind of like wearing pale colors and just looks really like defeated all the time.
Yes.
And there's like forests and mountains, but it's all just kind of gray. And then there's like the occasional castle dotting the hills.
That sounds perfect.
That's how I picture Transylvania.
Yes.
And I want to live there.
So this is our life. We don't like people.
You guys, I'm a lunatic. I can't, there's nothing else to say about it.
Darkness.
I mean,
and nothing happy ever happens.
I want to move somewhere really rainy.
Seattle.
Yep.
Okay.
So
Corvin Castle in Romania. So I got my sources from Wikipedia.
Wait, who are you?
I'm Anna.
Hi, I'm Annie.
Hey, guys.
Who's this strange person sitting next to me? I don't recognize your face.
Who are these people talking in this microphone?
Mm-hmm.
If you don't know us by now in like 60 episodes.
The fuck you doing?
Get your shit out of here.
Just leave.
Just go away.
Doesn't matter if this is the first episode you're listening to. Just go away.
Just kidding. Listen to us.
Just
kidding,
please.
Thanks.
Rate, review, subscribe.
Yeah, do all the fun things.
Okay.
So, Wiki, Romania tourism. I'm guessing .com.
.com probably.
Didn't write that down. And tourinromania.com. So the Corvin Castle, also known as Hunyad Castle, or Castle Corvinilor.
Cool. We'll just go with Corvin Castle.
So Corvin Castle is a Gothic Renaissance castle in Hunedoara.
We're going with it. I love it.
Romania. Sorry, Romanians.
Sorry, friends.
Is that how you pronounce? They're Romanian?
Yeah.
Okay. That's cool.
Yep, you got it.
And this.
Thanks for checking, though.
So the castle's in Romania and is one of the largest castles in Europe and is on the list of, I don't know which is correct. I read one article that says it's on the list of the 7 wonders of the world, but then in some other articles it listed the 7 wonders of either Europe or Romania specific.
It's got to be either Europe or Romania because I know what the 7 wonders are, and it's not one of them.
I was going to say, I don't think I ever heard that one on the 7 wonders, but I don't know.
Let's see,
there's one in Mexico.
It's the Mausoleum of Halicarnassus,
Never been there.
Temple of Artemis.
Never been there.
There's like it's a library somewhere that they've never actually found.
Okay, well, can't go there.
Hanging Gardens. There's a lighthouse that I'm forgetting.
There's
the Pyramids of Giza, and I used to know
7.
It's not that castle.
Okay, cool. So it's not the castle.
Damn it! I used to know all these off the top of my head.
Ooh,
I don't recall.
Almost.
I've
there.
been to one of those.
I've been to 0.
Been to the Temple of Artemis.
Never will go to any of them.
Yep.
So
It's in Turkey.
And
And
you been to Turkey? Oh, is that when you were in Malta?
Yep.
Okay.
And the Mausoleum of Halicarnassus is also in Turkey, so Turkey's got 2 of them.
Did you go to that one?
I did not.
Why?
Because that wasn't part of our itinerary.
Stupid.
I agree. Okay.
So
Yeah, it's got to be just Romania or Europe.
That's what I'm thinking.
Yes.
Okay, cool. So the Corvin Castle was laid out in 1446.
Whoa.
This place is real fucking old, and it's still standing.
That's so cool.
This place looks, it's beautiful.
Can you imagine the things that place has seen over that amount of time?
Right?
That's insane.
It's ridiculous.
That is 700 years.
And I have like 2 pages of notes.
It's 600 years.
So
I did math.
yeah. Good job.
Thanks.
Math is hard.
Yeah. I used to be good at it, and now it's just going downhill.
Didn't you minor in math?
Yeah. I did.
So, all right.
Yeah.
So there's that.
Mm-hmm. College is important, kids.
Yes, it is. Depends on what you want to go into.
Yep.
I'm not using my college degree.
It got me a job, but I'm not actually using the psychology piece.
Yep.
It's completely irrelevant.
I'm just not a manager at all. I was for like a year, but that was retail, and I fuck that.
Yeah.
No, thank you.
Never promise
Not
me
anymore.
you'll never work retail again.
I will not.
Please promise me.
I'm done with retail.
I don't know how you did it.
I thought it was fine for a year, and then I just didn't want it anymore.
Yeah, because it's terrible.
Like I'm a very customer service oriented person, and in my current job, it's very customer service forward, but I don't have to most of the time directly talk to people.
You're not dealing with like Sassy Sally and her coupon that expired, and she needs to throw a fucking fit over it because, God forbid, her like $700,000 house is like perfectly affordable, but if she needs to spend 40 cents more on her bottle of toothpaste and you won't honor her fucking coupon that expired 6 months ago, she's gonna throw a fit and try to get you fired.
Yep. I literally had a dad come up to a counter and made one of my cashiers cry because he was bitching about not being able to return his lunchbox that he bought for his kid. That's like $7, and we weren't refunding the full amount because he didn't have his card and he didn't have the receipt. So we don't know how much you purchased for it. So he's gonna get like $2 back, and he was pissed. I was like, guy, it's like $7 fucking. Calm down.
Guys, please be nice to your friends in retail.
Please.
They are people too. Everyone is
Seriously.
just trying to do their best to get through the day, and they don't need you to go shit on their parade.
Exactly.
By being a fucking dick.
Yeah, that's why every time any customer service anywhere, I'm always extremely nice.
I don't care how slow they're being or how frustrating it is. I'm always polite. Even when I am all fired up and I'm like, I'm going to call and raise hell because this company totally screwed me over. And I've been completely screwed over by companies before. As soon as I get on the phone with someone, I'm super nice.
Yep.
And I'm like, look, I'm really frustrated because of XYZ. Can you please help me? I never yell at the person because it's not their fault.
Right.
Okay.
Gosh.
All right.
Okay.
What were we even talking about?
The Corvin Castle was laid out in 1446.
How did we?
I don't know.
I don't know how that happened. Okay.
When construction began on the orders of Voivode of Transylvania, John Hunyadi.
You know what? Just plow through those names.
Right.
Like you're a freaking semi-driver.
Yeah.
Just barrel through
Doing it.
Yep.
He became famous for stopping the Ottoman Empire from conquering Belgrade and advancing towards Western Europe.
Nice.
Means nothing to me.
Nope. The Ottomans once occupied the island of Malta.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, I think I read that. I'm not a history buff, so this is just... meh.
Yeah.
It's just history.
I vaguely know who the Ottomans are relative to places I've been.
Okay.
Like Turkey and Malta. Yeah. What they did for the rest of the world, I have no idea. I don't know.
It is what it is.
Yep.
It's all just in the past.
Did they go to Turkey? It's been a while. I don't remember. Okay. Let's pretend I know what I'm talking about.
Yeah. So the castle was originally given to John's father, Voik. Voik? Voyk.
Oh, sweet.
By Sigismund of Luxembourg, King of Hungary and Croatia, as severance in 1409.
Nice.
I don't know what any of that means, but castle traded hands and John is the owner.
All right.
So,
go John.
The castle was constructed over the site of an older fortification on a rock above the smaller Zlasty River. The castle is a large and imposing structure with tall towers, bastions,
Bastions?
Bastions?
Yeah.
What is that?
It's part of a castle.
Okay.
Could I describe exactly what it is? No, I know
Okay.
it's like a type of like towery castle structure thing.
Okay, cool. So towery structure thing.
Yeah.
An inner courtyard, diversely colored roofs.
Oh, yeah.
So many colors.
What? It's like a rainbow.
Yeah. And myriads
Myriads.
of windows and balconies adorned with stone carvings.
Sweet.
Some of the towers were used as prisons. The Buzdagan Tower was solely built for defensive purposes, and it has its exterior decorated with geometric motifs. And the rectangular-shaped towers have large openings to accommodate larger weapons.
You got so screwed on this history.
Oh my god, when I was writing these, I was like, what?
The name's Romania.
I am so sorry, you guys.
Settle down, Romania, with your spelling.
Sorry. Oh gosh.
Just because I feel like I needed to confirm that
I needed you
indeed
to
know
confirm
what a
it.
bastion is.
Yes.
A bastion is a projecting part of a fortification built at an angle to the line of a wall so as to allow defensive fire in several directions.
So it's like that other corner bullshit thing that you talked about the last time. Well, it came up to a T, and it's like a roof something.
Yeah, that was like a roof. This is like a wall coming to a corner.
A wall coming to a corner.
The pictures are not particularly helpful. They're all completely different.
That's just a building.
Yep.
Okay, well.
So
that's what a bastion is.
Yep.
If you're an architect, please let us know and tell us how this is. How it works.
Yes, please do that.
So
we've already established that architecture is not our expertise
it's not,
area. So.
And this is all just architecture.
Yep.
So, the castle has 3 large areas: the Knight's Hall, the Diet Hall.
Whoa.
I know. And the circular stairway. The Knight's Hall has a drawbridge, a high buttress.
Yep. You nailed it.
Oh, did I?
Buttress.
Buttress.
Yep. Like a butt dress.
Okay. It's also got some inner courtyards, a chapel.
Whoa.
I know, and some 50 rooms littered with medieval art.
I just want to go there so bad.
Yeah.
I just want to
gorgeous.
Walk through its halls. And
so big, too.
Look at all that old stuff.
Yeah.
So
Be
old.
so cool.
Yeah.
Be the coolest. The Diet Hall was used for ceremonies or formal receptions, while the Knight's Hall was used for feasts. Yeah. There is also a basement in the castle called the Underground. This is a place where prisoners were tortured. The torture chambers consisted of 2 dark rooms, filled with torturing tools used in the medieval ages. So all of those tools we talked about in one of the past episodes, where was that?
Yeah, what one was that? That was ages ago.
Oh, I don't remember. I think it was a castle, wasn't it?
I don't know. It was like 40 episodes ago at this point.
There were like 5 or 6 different tools, or like
I think
ways.
you talked about one about like something that hooks to your jaw, right? And then you get like tied up somehow. And is that what you're talking about?
It was an A-frame something. So your hands and feet are connected by this A-frame with your neck in like the top of it. So it looks like an A, and your head is at the top point of the A. Your arms are in the middle point of the A, and then your feet are on the bottom point of the A. So you're literally just like curled into a ball, and you have to stay that way.
I remember, God, just like giving me nightmares thinking about how much that would hurt your back.
Seriously.
So the part of like Game of Thrones where Theon is kidnapped and being tortured, I have to skip those scenes. I cannot.
Hate them so much.
I hate them so much. Like,
he's such an ass.
For some reason, the Saw movies don't really bother me, but like I cannot handle just like gratuitous, inescapable torture. At least I know in the Saw movies, eventually the people will die.
Right,
versus just continuously for months on end. Like, I cannot imagine being tortured.
Yep.
And it scares me to think about how many people are like tortured underground by like foreign governments like around the world, and like how much of it we probably don't know about, and it just makes me scared.
Yep. That's why I also don't like when people are stabbed to death really slowly.
Oh, like in The Strangers when they stab her in the gut, and she's just like...
And she just sits there and she can't do anything, and they just slowly push it in. I'm like, can you imagine that pain.
Yeah, just in your gut.
Oh.
That scene makes me squeamish to this day.
Yes, I can't watch it.
There's also one scene in Final Destination 3 that, like, if I think about it hard enough, I'll, like, start crying because it's so upsetting.
Oh, no!
Where they're in the hardware store, and she's, like... Because you know the Final Destination movies, like, you escape death, and then death comes and, like, kills you in horrendous ways. So she's, like, walking through a hardware store, and she trips and, like, falls back against this shelf, and at some point, somehow, this nail gun has been plugged in.
Oh, God.
And she falls against it, and it's up against the back of her head, and it's just shooting nails into the back of her head, like, one at a time. Just, like, chunk, 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 chunk. And she's just sitting there. It's, like, like, over and over again, one at a time. Like, for, like, 15 nails. And she's just sitting there, and I'm like,
no!
Or, like, it, like, literally, it's so upsetting. It, like, I, like, want to cry when I think about it.
Gross!
It's so terrible. And then she's just sitting there with, like, the nails sticking out of her head. It's so terrible.
And it's like, you think people actually write the scripts for these.
I know!
Who are you thinking of this shit?
Yeah, sorry, I should have flagged that with, like, a graphic content warning. It's not great.
Sorry, guys.
Sorry.
It's just coming up.
Yeah. Like vomit.
Yes.
Just happens. Just comes
Just
up.
comes out.
Can't help it.
Just projectiles.
That's disgusting.
So...
People
are tortured.
Medieval torture.
That's what we're talking about.
Right.
So over the next hundreds of years, there were many additions to the castle and many improvements that were made. And it wasn't going to go through all the improvements and the back and forth with people and blah, 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 boring history.
It changed hands and got some upgrades.
Yes.
That's all you need to know.
Exactly. So the current castle is the result of a restoration campaign undertaken after a disastrous fire.
When was it?
Didn't give me the shit time.
Was it the Great Fire of I don't know what time?
Yep, it was.
Why is everything on fire all
That's
the
because
time?
that's all anything ever did was catch fire and ghosts.
It's a stone building. How did it catch on fire?
I don't know.
What?
It just caught on fire.
All right.
Burned down.
That's too bad.
It also had many decades of neglect.
Oh.
So,
that's too bad also. Okay.
You know.
Abandoned, likely occupied by vagrants.
Yes.
Potentially haunted by demons.
Precisely. Whew. All right, so there are legends at the castle, too. So, tourists are told that the castle was the place where Vlad the Impaler, Prince of Wallachia, was held prisoner by John. Silly John.
That original John?
Yeah.
John.
Original John.
Yeah.
Hunyadi.
Okay.
Yep,
that
him.
guy. All right.
Later, Vlad III, who is said to be Dracula, or like based on Dracula.
Yeah.
I wasn't sure. It's kind of confusing.
The like Dracula legend was sort of loosely based on, they believe it's loosely based on like Vlad the Impaler because he liked to kill and torture people. As far as I know, he also like was rumored to drink blood.
Okay.
I don't know if he I think maybe because he believed it made him more powerful or something. I'm not familiar with the details of the legend, but yeah. He was a real person, Vlad the Impaler.
Yeah, he was. I didn't research who he was.
Yeah.
So, Vlad III entered...
Vlad number 3.
He entered a political alliance with John, although the latter was responsible for the execution of his father.
Oh.
So I'm assuming John executed Vlad's father?
Yes.
Vlad II, whose name was Dracula.
Dracula?
Dracula. I want to name my kid Dracula.
Dracula?
That'd be so cool.
What's up, Dry?
Yeah.
Dracula?
Hey, Dracula.
I love Dracula. That's amazing. What a great
so
name.
Fun, right? So because of these links, the castle is sometimes mentioned as the source of inspiration for the Castle Dracula in Bram Stoker's 1897 horror novel, Dracula. Did you guess it?
I did. And I can't remember if we talked about this on the podcast or not, but I've read that book.
Oh, really?
I read it for book club.
Oh, is it terrible?
It's terrible.
Oh, good.
Like
I wouldn't expect anything more.
Yeah, and you know what? I think I did talk about this on the podcast. I think I did, so I won't go into it. But essentially, in a nutshell, it was really cool at the time, and it was like clearly written by a guy who had kind of an interesting imagination and wanted to like I think horror novels probably at the time were kind of scarce. So, like, I get it was kind of revolutionary at the time. Going back and trying to read it now is fucking impossible.
Oh, I'm sure.
Because the, like, old-timey language and English and, like, weird speak that they're using is so hard to understand.
Sense?
There's, like, a billion trillion footnotes because they're like, oh, this random reference here in this sentence is this reference from this random play that was popular in England at the time and blah, blah, blah. And you're just like, it's just so hard to read. And it all, terrible. Like, ends very unsatisfyingly. Like, spoiler alert, they basically, all the heroes chase Dracula out of England, and then they find him, and they kill him. The end. There's no, like, final confrontation. There's no suspense. There's no, like, big battle. It's just
dead.
Like, we found him, now he's dead.
Okay.
And you're like, cool. 400 freaking pages of build-up for that? Like, what the fuck?
It's a waste of my time!
It's really frustrating to read.
Dumb.
So, anyway.
I'm sorry you had to read that.
I mean, I feel like it's worth reading because it's such a classic, but also I can't say I enjoyed it.
I couldn't do that.
Yeah.
It's like how I feel right now. So I'm currently doing a Bible study.
Yeah.
So I want to get closer to God, okay? I'm religious. Mm-hmm. Okay? I'm not, like, super religious, but I believe in God or a higher power, you know? Mm-hmm. So I'm doing a Bible study thing, and it's like a 5-week program, and I got passages to read every day with then questions for it. And, like, I'm reading the passages, and some of the things I'm trying to read, I'm like, what?
It makes no sense.
What are you trying to tell me right now?
I know.
It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
So,
sure.
There is also a well/fountain located in the castle's yard. According to the legend, the fountain was dug by 3 Turkish prisoners in exchange for their freedom.
You okay over
I
there?
can't tonight. After 15 years of digging, they finally found the water, but John, being the dickhole that he is, didn't keep his promise and killed the prisoners instead.
Like an
asshole. So I'm gonna make you dig how many feet underneath the ground to find some fucking water, and then when I do, bye, bitch.
Yeah.
You're gonna just die now.
Yeah, it's like, I mean, it's essentially slavery.
God.
Yep, he's an asshole. He's an asshole.
Fuck you, John. Go suck the devil's dick.
Also, he's making treaties with Dracula, so
I mean,
I don't trust him.
No,
because
I wouldn't either.
I don't know. I kind of do want to be friends with Dracula, though. That'd be sweet.
That'd be kind of cool.
It would be kind of cool.
Go suck everybody's blood that I don't like.
Yeah. In Dracula, the book, they, like, do it over, like, a slow period of time. It's, like, night after night, he, like, visits the same person, like, slowly sucks the life out of them. He doesn't just, like, kill them and drink their blood immediately. So he's, like, a parasite, like, continually preying on them, and they're getting weaker and weaker and weaker until they finally die or become a vampire. Which is so cool.
I like that.
I do too, but not in, like, the way that it sounds like I like that. It's just, like, it's cool because you often see vampires in movies today who just immediately, they, like, kill the victim, suck their blood, and then they leave. It's not this, like, slow sort of, like, dread-building, parasitic type relationship, which I find far more interesting and creepy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So, October 2001, Corvin Castle was featured in an episode of Fox Family Channel's Scariest Places on Earth.
What?
Yeah. In February 2007.
20,000? That's a long time from now.
Yeah, it is. Corvin Castle was showcased on a British paranormal television program, Most Haunted Live, where they had a 3-night investigation.
Sweet.
In 2013, the Ghost Hunters filmed an episode in the castle as part of their Halloween special. 2015, Bollywood movie Sing, I believe, Sing is Bling was shot at the castle. 2016, scenes for Dragonheart Battle for the Heartfire were filmed in the castle.
I want to watch that movie. That sounds cool.
As well as in 2018, the castle was used as the Karda Monastery in the horror movie The Nun.
Which I, like, peed my pants when I read that.
I don't think I've watched The Nun yet.
We should watch it sometime. So it's, like, part of the Conjuring universe. I found it ultimately to be disappointing because it felt like they were trying so hard to scare you, and it was just, like, jump scare after jump scare after jump scare, and it was, like, from the moment the movie started to the very end, it was, like, the same level of scarage. There was no, like, fluctuation. There was no, like, build in intensity where it starts with small things and gets more intense.
And give you some time to, like, cool down.
Yeah, they just were trying so hard to throw as many scary elements into the movie as possible. And, like, some of them were effective, and then you just kind of got over it because it was just, like, the same the whole time.
Right.
And I honestly, truly believe that, like, the 60 seconds the nun was in the original Conjuring movie when it's just this random side character.
Terrifying.
And she's got that fucking painting in her house. And then, like, I'm giving myself chills just talking about it. And you see that fucking nun. And then the entire movie of the nun is, like, less scary than that, like, 60-second interaction with the nun in the original movie.
That's dumb.
So it was kind of a letdown because it was such a cool character.
Right.
They also made a really strange casting choice. And they casted Vera Farmiga's younger sister to play the nun in that movie. So, like, literally she looks just like her because they're related.
Right.
And then it turns out and I thought maybe at the end it would, like, turn out that it was actually, like, Lorraine Warren. Like, she got her passion for demon hunting because of her experiences in this movie. Totally unrelated. So, like, why did you pick her younger sister to play the main character in this movie that's set in the same universe as Lorraine Warren, played by Vera Farmiga? I'm probably saying it wrong. It's probably Vera or something. But, like, it was just such a weird...
That's really strange.
So, like, the whole movie, I was like, how's this going to tie in? Because I feel like it's got to do with her somehow, and it just doesn't.
Oh,
so
that's stupid.
I don't know. Good movie, though. I mean, overall, I love horror movies, and it's not terrible.
Right.
The special effects are kind of cool, but, yeah, we can watch it sometime.
Okay.
So,
cool.
So let's talk about some ghosts.
Tell me the ghosts.
So here we go. My sources are astonishinglegends.com, darktourist.com, amyscrypt.com, and Wikipedia.
Perfect.
So I don't have a ton of super specific ones. It's a lot. There's a lot of just kind of like legends. I don't have a ton.
That's okay.
But I'll tell you what I got.
Yeah.
So to this day, the many ghosts throughout the centuries seem to haunt the castle, and there are countless stories of paranormal things occurring throughout its walls. The castle is often plagued by ghostly silhouettes that appear in photographs. I wasn't able to find an actual photograph that had a ghostly silhouette in it, but apparently it happens.
Perfect.
Additionally, the castle has been susceptible to bouts of poltergeist activity that is particularly violent.
That's exciting.
So shit moving around, things getting flown in rooms, usual poltergeist stuff. So like physical manifestations.
Nice.
So this is usually blamed on the tortured souls that perished within the castle walls. So that's
sounds
like
right.
the people who dug the well, the people who were like imprisoned and tortured there, they kind of stick around and haunt the place, which is to be expected.
Right.
So there is one specific story about a group of tourists who bribed castle guards to allow them to remain in the castle overnight, which had not been done for some time, apparently. So I don't know exactly when this was, what year, but apparently this group of tourists went and were like, hey, we'll give you some extra money if you let us stay. So when the guards went to open the castle the next day to let out the overnight guests before it opened for like tours, they appeared bruised, beaten, and clearly shaken. They said that they were hunted and haunted by an angry ghost that had tortured them with noises, beatings, and terrifying premonitions the entire night.
Jeez.
Yeah.
That's awful.
So they all came out with like literal physical like bruises.
Holy shit.
And were just like terrified. So
we've never had anything like that.
No, but I also don't know how true it is since it didn't say anything about when it happened or like who was involved or anything. It just could be a story, but if it's true, it's really scary because it's exactly the premise of like so many paranormal movies or TV shows where you do like a paranormal lockdown and they lock you in and then they came out like totally freaked out the next morning and beaten up.
Huh.
So
interesting.
Yeah. There are some slightly less violent ghosts in the castle as well, though, in addition to the prisoners who are more violent. So there's a ghost monk that haunts the Capistrano Tower. It was rumored that this monk met his death in his eternal haunting place when he was spying on a nobleman in the council room. He was caught and punished for spying and was put to death.
Oh, good.
Which I feel like is a little bit of an overreaction.
It's a little bit. You could have just, like, cut his ear off or something for listening or taken an eyeball out or something.
Yeah, also terrible, but, like, fitting of the time. Yeah, right?
Exactly.
But, yeah, so he was basically put to death for, like, eavesdropping.
Well,
so, poor bastard.
They don't do that anymore nowadays.
Yeah, like, settle down, guys. Fuck. I don't know. Maybe they were discussing, like, invasion plans of another country or something, but still seems like overkill. A
little bit.
So, rumor has it that his final resting place was within the very walls of where he was spying in the Capistrano Tower, where he was bricked up and slowly died.
Oh my god!
So the legend is he was buried in the walls, like, alive.
Jesus.
And died
I feel like that's, like, worse than getting stoned.
I would so much rather be stoned.
Fuck.
Or beheaded than...
Because if they're just slowly building bricks on top of you...
Yeah, terrible. There is a scene in The Nun where someone gets buried alive on accident, and it makes me so anxious. I hate it.
Gross.
It's terrible. So many claim to see the ghostly figure of the monk listening and spying on them. So he's continuing. He didn't learn his lesson from his first death. He's still spying on people.
Get it together.
Yeah, it's just...
You're just going to keep dying.
He's a creeper peeper.
Little stupid creeper peeper. God.
So it's also common for people to generally feel as if they're being watched by an unseen force in this part of the castle. So
sounds about right.
That creepy, prickly neck feeling like someone's watching you. It's probably the creepy monk who's spying on you. Creeper peeper.
It's creeping.
Okay, so back to the story of the Turkish men who dug the well, and the well is still there today.
Yeah.
Which is so cool.
That's
I can't
really
remember
cool.
if you said that or not.
I didn't.
So, yes, they basically built the well, and then when they finished it, they were like, nah, we're going to keep you as prisoners until you die. So one of the prisoners apparently wrote the message on the wall of their cell, you now have water, but you don't have a soul.
Oh, that's intense.
They wrote it on the wall on the side of the castle, and some people say that the castle that was still like relatively new at that point in time was cursed forever because of this injustice.
Oh, damn.
So it was because of that particular incident that a lot of people believe the castle is still haunted because they essentially cursed them, and the person wrote down, like, the person who built this castle, like, you have water, haha, but you don't have a soul, you dick. So you're gonna be cursed forever.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah, so I just thought that was an interesting part of the story. I don't really have anything specifically tied to those Turkish guys, but apparently they cursed the castle.
Huh.
Yes. So, as you mentioned, Vlad the Impaler was also imprisoned there and is the inspiration of the modern-day Dracula. So, legend has it that Vlad actually slowly turned mad within the depths of his small, dark cell.
Ooh.
And it is told that he was traumatized by the sounds of fellow prisoners being tortured, executed, and thrown into a bear pit.
Jesus Christ.
As he eagerly awaited his own fate for 7 years.
Well, yeah, that fuck with your head.
I'd go crazy,
God,
too.
could you imagine those sounds?
Also, they have a bear pit?
Right?
I have
like
questions
you
about
just
that.
throw people in this pit with bears and hope you attempt to stay alive, but you're not going to?
I don't know.
Oh, I don't like that.
I mean, he's a super sadistic, evil human, but I kind of feel bad for that. That's kind of a...
I'm glad
That's
we're
rough.
growing up in this time.
Yes. Sometimes I think it'd be cool to grow up in medieval times.
No.
But I'd for sure want to be a dude because women were treated like shit.
Yeah, but medieval times, you're just gross. You just...
Yeah, but so I wouldn't want to be like a lord because there's too many like dangers of other lords trying to kill you to steal your power or like political feuds. I'd want to be like a lesser noble.
Yeah.
Like not a peasant working in the field, but not like a fancy lord, just kind of like a low scale minor house.
There you go.
I feel like that would be a pretty sweet living. I don't know. I just... Sometimes I feel like I was born in the wrong time. I just feel like it'd be really sweet. So... But yeah, as long as I didn't get locked up in a cell for 7 years.
Yeah, exactly.
Listening to the bear pit in the background. So some claim that Vlad even ate and drank the blood of filthy rats in order to survive in his cell. Many remain under the thought that Corvin Castle is the place that sent him mad and where he developed his lust for death and blood in the first place. So some people are, according to the legend, some people are saying that like he wasn't really this creepy killer until after this happened, but I have no idea when he started becoming the Impaler or when he got that name or what. I don't know anything about him.
Yeah.
So don't quote me on that. So some have gone even as far to claim that the ghost of Vlad the Impaler himself haunts this part of the castle.
Ooh.
So they think he came back. He's like, this is where it all
coming
began.
for ya.
This is ground zero for my Dracula behavior.
I'm just gonna stay here.
I'm gonna come back and chill. So yeah, in addition to all those things, like you said, it's been the source of a number of paranormal investigations with varying degrees of success. I want to say there was like one place that went there that like didn't find anything, but in the Ghost Adventures episode, I couldn't find the episode online, but apparently during the investigation, Zach locked himself inside the cell where Vlad the Impaler was supposedly held, and Nick did a satanic ritual
Of course
to try
they
to
did.
attack paranormal
Because
activity.
why fucking not?
Why would you not do a satanic ritual in the cell where the fucking inspiration for Dracula was held?
And they wonder why they go home every fucking episode with hauntings and like poltergeists and demons. I wonder why.
Dummies.
Don't do fucking bullshit like that. God.
It's really great because one of the movies I want to make you watch tonight that's really bad, they do a paranormal investigation. That's like the whole premise is they do a TV show that investigates haunted places. And they go to this house and, you know, shit hits the fan.
Oh,
so.
perfect.
Yeah.
No, good.
So that's all I got in terms of specific hauntings.
Well,
there's a couple.
Yeah.
I like the monk one.
That one's fun.
Yeah.
And it's kind of weird for it being so old to not have more stories.
Yeah, I feel like it's hard sometimes with some of these like international places where I don't know if we just aren't like having like maybe there's a lot of specific stuff like in Romanians like own websites. Like
it could be.
Maybe Romania has their own like news centers or whatever, and it just Google isn't prioritizing those results because they're from Romania. I have no idea how that works, but yeah.
Well,
either way, it's a cool place, and I liked the tie.
So pretty.
I liked the tie to Dracula. Even if it's
pretty cool.
fake, I just think it's cool.
It's fine.
So
it is what it is.
So that's the Corvin Castle, friends.
There it is, friends. Go to Romania.
Yes, do it. Take us with you.
Yeah.
We want to go.
Pay for it, please.
Please.
Thanks.
Thank you.
So,
friends.
Annie.
I have a recipe.
What's this next segment?
For our craft cocktail cult.
Craft cocktail cult.
If you have been confused for the last 20 or so episodes, go back and listen to our cult special episodes.
Craft cocktail cult episode.
Whoa, there it is. Is that
so excited.
35?
I don't
36?
know. Something
I don't know.
like that.
They're labeled.
Yeah.
It says cult in them.
It says craft cocktail cult. Doesn't it?
It does, I think.
Yeah.
Yes.
And then the
next one is Lucifer Fairies.
Yeah,
right.
because it's yours.
Yeah. Yeah, so I think it's episode 35. But we like to bring you recipes for cocktails every week.
Hell yeah.
Because we enjoy the art of mixing and tasting and drinking fine alcohols.
Because it's the best, and it's just so
best.
fun. Because you can mix and match and do all sorts of things.
And we finally evolved past putting shitty 5 o'clock mixed with Sprite in a glass and calling it a cocktail.
Yes.
So the cocktail we're bringing you tonight, friends, which I hope you try, and it's going to sound maybe a little weird at first, but I promise it's really good. It's called a bourbon milk punch. And
delicious.
Yes, it does have milk in it. And yes, it does have bourbon. So think sort of like an eggnog type drink where it's alcoholic and creamy and rich, but way less rich than eggnog, obviously, because eggnog has like 8 billion egg yolks in it, and it's very, very rich.
And there's no eggs in this.
So this is like a lighter, kind of creamy, alcoholic version of an eggnog is how I like to think of it. So what you're going to do is in a cocktail shaker, you are going to put, this is a recipe for one drink, you're going to put 2 ounces of bourbon. And then, depending on how creamy you want it, and depending on what kind of milk you're using, somewhere between 2 to 3 ounces of milk. So when I make it, I use 2% milk, so I do 2 ounces of 2%, and then I do an ounce of heavy cream.
Ooh,
to make it a little richer. If you're using whole milk, you probably can skip the heavy cream. If you're using skim, who the fuck are you and what are you doing?
That's just piss water.
Skim is not real milk. As Ron Swanson says, it's water pretending to be milk.
Yep.
Please don't use skim milk to make this drink. But so play around with the ratio, find something that works for you. I like mine a little creamier, so I throw a little dash of heavy cream. Then you're going to put, again, depending on sweetness levels, somewhere between a half an ounce to an ounce of simple syrup, a few dashes of vanilla, throw in some ice, and you give her a good shake. Pour it off into a lowball glass and top with a sprinkle of nutmeg. So you got yourself a little delicious, bourbon-y, creamy, and then just the little sprinkle of nutmeg on top is phenomenal.
Sounds perfect.
Anders likes these, but I like them like 100 times more than he does. I don't know what it is. I just love the creaminess of it. I think it's really delicious.
I'm so excited to try it. We're going to make it tonight. I've never had this. She sent me a picture
it's quite
like
delicious.
Last week, I think it was. Mm-hmm. And it looked really tasty.
I made one for another friend of mine, and she said it looked like Christmas in a cup. I'm like, yes.
Sounds about right.
Because it literally looks like a glass of eggnog.
Perfect.
Delicious.
Oh, I'm so excited.
Yes.
It's going to be great.
Friends, please try this recipe.
Try it out.
If you like it, let us know. If you didn't, you can keep that to yourself.
And if you tried it, take a picture and tag us in your picture.
Please.
Because we want to see it.
Also, friends, we're putting out another request to let us know if you want a t-shirt. Comment on our social media. Let us know. Send an email to nightmarenation.19@gmail.com.
Whoa, you said that wrong. nightmarenation19@gmail.com.
What did I say?
You said nightmarenation.19.
Whoa, that's not right.
All right.
Oops. I know my own email address. It's nightmarenation19@gmail.com.
Boom, got it.
Send us if you're interested in a t-shirt, we made some awesome t-shirts that we could potentially order some more of if you guys are interested in getting one.
Heck
so tell us if you want one.
Let us know.
Please send in any stories of any paranormal things that have happened to you or someone you know.
Yeah, we want to hear those stories.
And we want to read them on the podcast.
Yeah, we do.
So
because that's our favorite part.
It's the best.
Okay?
We haven't had one in a while.
We haven't.
Let's go.
You guys are slacking.
Yeah.
Don't make me get mad at you again.
She's going to get pissed.
You don't like Anna mad.
No.
So get your shit together, bitches.
Also, if you'd like to talk to Anna, she manages our social media.
You talk to me when you send me messages.
Check us out on the Facebook.
At Nightmare_Nation19. or the Instagram nightmare.nation19.
Make sure you say hi to us on social media. We like talking to our fans.
Love
Let us
talking to you
know
guys.
if there's any places you'd like to hear us cover. We love suggestions. Make sure you subscribe to the podcast so you don't miss out on any wonderful content.
And just interact with us, because we love you guys.
It's the best.
You guys are the best.
All right, friends.
So until next time.
Please do not.
Don't.
For the love of God.
For the love that's everything.
Yep. Do not.
Don't.
Have a seance.
Have a seance.
With a Ouija board.
With a Ouija board.
Do not do it.
Don't do it.
Don't play Bloody Mary.
Don't be stupid.
Don't. There's another like kids game one that I'm forgetting of. Forgetting of. I can't think of it.
Yeah.
But don't do that.
Don't do it.
Don't summon demons.
Don't be stupid.
Life is hard enough as it is without being possessed.
You don't need demons in your life either.
You do not.
So just be safe, okay?
Don't do that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Till next time.
Okay.
Bye.
Bye.